Lots of butter flavor can easily turn into the buttermilk right over the bread. Hi, my name is Kyle and welcome to Worldwide Cannabis News and Entertainment, and today I'm going to show you how to make the loaf of buttermilk white bread flavored with butter. Lots and lots and lots of butter. Now the first thing, you want to activate the yeast. We're going to put in 2 tablespoons of very warm water with about 100 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of granulated sugar. Just give to dissolve this. 1 envelope, 2 and 4 teaspoons of active dry yeast. So we're going to stir that. We're going to let the yeast just foam and then we're going to finish the rest. Now what I have here in the sauce pot, I'm going to put in a 1/4 cup plus 3 tablespoons of remaining water. I'm just going to put it right here. Now I already made buttermilk. I usually put 1 tablespoon of distilled white vinegar with about 1 cup of any kind of milk that you want for it. I'm using reduced fat lactose free milk and I'm going to show you what it looks like this. I just let it sit for 5 minutes until you get turns into buttermilk. You can use lemon juice. Lemon juice will works evenly much faster. And then we're just going to put in 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. You want to heat this up until the butter will melt for about medium heat. And then you want to stir occasionally. It's going to be nice and slightly warm. As you can see, the butter is melted into the milk and water. It's going to be, it still might be hot, but I'm going to just pour that in here. And you can go ahead and just quickly put in 1 teaspoon of salt. Get this to salt dissolve with those, just to keep the slightly warm liquid. Probably still hot. So I just put it into the bowl. And then let's check with the yeast. It's just nice and rice and foamy. And we're going to put it right into this one. Just quickly stir it. Okay, so I'm going to stir in all-purpose flour. Let's go do that for 1 cup at a time. I'm going to use it with a wooden spoon into making sure to get this for the first batter and to give it a smooth and elastic dough. That's really totally liquid. It's pretty much for making the bread dough. About that, let's do that for the second cup. And then just keep stirring that one really for the second cup. For this one, I gotta make sure to see for a smooth and elastic dough. Once that dough turns out here, and I just want to make sure you can do that for little by little. That's third one. 3 cups for a second. I need to do that for 1/2 to 3/4. Plus more for needing that, it's just going to use it for it. If you can use it for the bread machine. Almost getting turned out. If you're using the KitchenAid stand mixer with a dough hook, you can go ahead and put some warm liquid with the yeast mixture, then the flour to make a smooth and elastic dough. This one's getting ready to turn out. Now I'm just going to flour your board. Oh yeah, don't forget to flour your hands. Right, just gather dough. Always remember to flour your hands and the cutting board. As you can see about this dough, just to prevent from sticking, this might be give you a close-up where you can feel the dough. Just stretch it and then you can also work it with your hands. Oh yeah, don't forget to put more flour in. Alright, I just gathered the dough. You can see how it forms like, just stretch it over here. Let's put more flour on the board. Prevents from sticking, like I said. You want to knead the dough for 5 minutes until you get smooth and elastic. Always put more flour on the hands and the cutting board. Prevents from sticking. I'm just going to make sure to knead the dough with your both hands. Just like that. Always put more flour. It reacts the gluten of the flour making for the bread. We got the dough is already kneaded for 5 minutes, smooth and elastic. You want to shape it into the ball. And when you can feel the dough when it's after it's smooth and elastic, and it's just quite enough, probably when you just poke your finger, and it's quite much ready to knead. Putting some melted butter into the batter bowl, I just warm up on top of the stove. And then you want to pop it in. Brush more butter on top of the bread dough. Gonna use it with the pastry brush. Now you want to cover it with some plastic wrap. Then you want to let it rise at room temperature until double sizes. Alright guys, as you can see, the bread doughs continue to rise up at room temperature. I just did that for on top of the oven, not inside of that. I'm going to remove some plastic wrap. I'm going to just give you a full close-up, you guys, about the bread dough. It's continue to rise at that. Now I'm going to punch it down, and then just pop it back on the cutting board. And then we're ready to massage the dough. Just want to massage. Oh, you can see the bread dough is really warm. I just put it on top of that for the hot or warm oven. Just massage the dough with your hands. After the dough is just risen, you can see the dough. I can feel it really warm. Alright, once the bread just massaged, you can put it onto the loaf pan, and then just gonna pop it down. Then we're going to cover it with some plastic wrap. And then you want to let it rise at room temperature to return for 1 to 2 hours. Now after it's about 1 to 2 hours at room temperature, I just already removed from plastic wrap, and then we're going to brush it more melted butter on top. It's going to be a buttery taste. Once you brush more butter on top, we're going to pop this in the oven for 35 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll come back and I will show you what it looks like. It's going to be so much buttery taste. Now after 35 minutes, you're going to cover with aluminum foil because the bread doesn't get overburned on top. Now you want to return it back in the oven for 5 to 10 minutes. The total will be additional 40 to 45 minutes. Alright guys, after for additional 40 to 45 minutes, take it out of the oven and then put it on a wire rack to keep it really warm. And then don't forget to remove aluminum foil. Then you just want to transfer it and then just flip it upright. With the bread still hot, you can go ahead to brush more butter and give that buttery taste. Just want to make sure to keep it warm under the wire rack before we're going to slice it in. So the butter is going to be very tasty, buttery flavor with the white bread. When you hear it on the bottom of the bread, it sounds like hollow. Once it's cooled completely, you can go ahead and just slice it in and see how it looks like. I'm just going to use it for the serrated knife. As you can see, the buttermilk bread turns really nice and smells like buttery taste. And here's the finish: buttermilk white bread flavored with butter. If you're interested for this recipe, let me know in the comments below. View always before sharing. Subscribe my channel, Worldwide Campus News and Entertainment. Give it a big thumbs up for A1. Don't forget to click the bell to see all notifications about new videos and the latest video. So I hope you enjoy it, and thank you very much for watching.